On the 21st of March 1960, police opened fire on a group protesting South Africa's pass laws. 69 people were killed and nearly 180 injured. Groups are gathering in Sharpeville to mark this important day in the struggle for freedom and human rights in our country. Silindelo Masikane is there. Sli, we just saw a wreath-laying ceremony at the graves of those who were killed at the Sharpeville massacre. What's happening now?
Certainly so. We have just come from the Pilandaba cemetery, which is where the 69 bodies of those fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives more than 60 years ago, that is where they're laying, and their families, joined by the Gauteng government, then proceeded to lay wreaths. This morning we've now moved to the memorial site, which is about 8 minutes away from the cemetery. As you can see, it's pouring rain here in Sharpeville today, and we are expecting another wreath-laying ceremony here at the memorial site, where the exhibition center to my right. This is where we have numerous pictures and photos of what happened on that fateful day. That program is set to get underway quite soon. We were expecting to speak to the sports culture MEC, but we understand that she's still in the holding room. But we know that the families, of course, of the 69 people who died, they are also making their way here to the memorial site, and we'll have yet another wreath-laying ceremony. Of course, South Africans across the country commemorating this day. It is a public holiday, but however, I think it's quite an important day for us to reflect as a country just how far we've come and just how far we still need to go.
On this day, what is the feeling or the sentiment you get from the people of Sharpeville, from the families of those that died, about the country we live in today?
You know, I was speaking to one of the PAC members. They're actually marching here as well to the memorial site. We'll be speaking to one of their leaders once they arrive. But there's a strong criticism against the current ANC government in terms of what they've done for the country since they've been in power, saying that, you know, a lot of what was sacrificed here more than 60 years ago has not come into fruition. We are still seeing black people living in poverty, living in squalor, a lot of human rights abuses taking place on a daily basis in this country, joblessness, unemployment that plagues many black communities in Sharpeville as well, which is such a historic and a momentous place, and the people here are feeling quite neglected, abandoned by the ANC-led government, saying that they've done nothing to improve the lives of those living here, despite coming here every single year and seeing the basic living conditions, and seeing just how people are suffering here and not doing anything about it, but merely just coming here to commemorate this day year in and year out.
Earlier on today, we spoke to historian Zikhona Valela, and she was speaking about possibly calling this day Sharpeville Day as opposed to Human Rights Day. Is that a thought that has support there?
Certainly so, especially from members of the PAC here, as well as the other branches that have joined them here today. There's a huge sentiment that this day should not be called Human Rights Day, and it should be called Sharpeville Massacre Day, to recognize the significance of what happened here, saying that, you know, calling it Human Rights Day just doesn't do justice to what took place here on the 21st of March 1960, and that there needs to be a recognition that lives were lost, people sacrificed their lives, and that should be at the forefront of why we commemorate this day.
All right, Sli, thank you so much. We will connect with you again a little bit later. Silindelo Masikane in Sharpeville.